What is going on, guys? Today we're going to be putting this on, this timing belt. Finally, I've had it for a while, and just recently, like a few days ago, I got all the pulleys and everything came. They're all in here, so we're good there. So today we can finally do the timing. So I have the pulley remover tool thing just chilling over there, and I may have a little issue, is I don't have bolts that are that small, that are long enough to fit on the actual thing. So I'm wondering what I'm gonna do. Anyways, we've got to take off the cam angle sensor. We got to take this guy off, this little plastic piece that just hides the wires, and then we got to take the top timing cover off and the lower cover off. And to take the lower cover off, we have to take off this guy. Okay, so on RB motors, the way to tell that the timing is correct is you line up this little dot with that dash on the exhaust cam, and on the intake cam it is this little dot and that dash back there. And on the crank pulley, it's this guy and this like indent on the cover. And also, when you take the pulley off, the gear that is on the crankshaft also has marks on it that should be lined up as well. I guess I'm having a little trouble. This is the pulley remover. When you put it on, one of the holes lines up, but the other one doesn't. So they're just not close enough together, the slots in this thing. So that's awesome. And I actually ended up bending the bolts that I went and got, and these are the last bolts at that Home Depot, so that's awesome. So I just sprayed some of this in there, hopefully loosened it up, and I guess I'm gonna try something else to get it off. Okay guys, so we got the crank pulley off, and that was a nightmare. I had to go get one of these, the like claw pulley removers, because the other one, like I said, the bolt holes were too far apart, so it didn't work. So yeah, that was a nightmare. So now we can take the cover off. We got one there, one there, one there. I believe, actually, no, that's it. Okay, just 3. So yeah, we'll take that off, and then it'll expose the rest of the timing assembly. Okay guys, when you take this cover off, it's on like that all the way, and it's kind of like twisted. So you just kind of twist it, line up the hole, and then you can take it out. And then put it to the side. And here is the mark for the timing on the bottom gear. I don't know what this one's called, crank gear, oil pump gear, whatever. But yeah, you gotta line it up with that mark there. And these are lined up, and so is there. So now we can take the tensioner pulley off, take the idler pulley off, take the belt off, replace these 2 pulleys, and then put the belt on. And we're also replacing the tensioner spring that is back there. Right there. Look at how nasty that is. Ugh. I mean, it spins pretty good. I probably could have gotten away with it, but for how long, you know? And the spring is fine, it still does its job, but we got a new one anyway, so yeah. Alright guys, so here we are. We've got, this is the stud for the idler. Oh, easy. Oh, uh-oh. Okay, so we have the new ones. These are the old ones, the old crappy ones. And also I noticed on here it's kind of like a slot, but on here they like drilled a hole for it. So that's probably a better design, but yeah. But just realize that these are after 60,000 miles or 100,000 kilometers roughly. And that's pretty bad, because you got to remember Japan is an island, so they're always not too far from water. So all this rust and stuff from the moisture in the air and everything is, yeah, so probably a good idea to replace them. But alright, now we're ready to throw them on the motor. Also, get our timing belt ready. Here's the old timing belt. And here's the nice new Greddy timing belt. Nice, this one's got the marks. I'm pretty sure that one is the oil pump one. Or actually, no, that's not, that's the cams. The oil pump one is this guy, this dot one. So yeah, instead of having to count the teeth like we would on this one, because this one isn't marked, because I think it's the OEM one, the original one that came with the motor. So we just have to line up each one of these lines here with the lines and indents on the gears. With the tensioner, you want to make sure you get the spring on this little stud that's right there. You want to make sure that you get it on that, or else it won't do what it's supposed to do. And also, this gets torqued down to 36 foot-pounds, and I believe it's the same on the tensioner. I had to double check, but I believe it's the same. Alright guys, we got her on. As you can see, that is all lined up. And this one, all lined up. You noticed I had zip ties up top, definitely do that. And also I recommend, start with the bottom. Get the bottom one on, get this one on, and then get this one on. Because this side has the tensioner, so you're able to play with the amount of slack is in there, so it makes it a little bit easier. But yeah, and I also want to bring this closer to flush, not 100% flush, like about what this one's at. I'll fix that, and then torque them down. For the tensioner, you want to have about a 1/4 inch turn, so I need a little bit more tension on it, because I can do it about half. So just a little bit more tension. Essentially, this is going to be like right under it, so I just got to go a little bit more, and then we should be good there. And then tighten it, torque them down, and then start reassembling it. Alright, so we got everything torqued down, everything's good. We can turn this about a quarter of the way, so that's pretty good. That's where we want to be, so everything is good there. So yeah, now we can just start putting everything back together. and she is all good. She's all timed. I went a couple rotations to make sure that the valves weren't hitting, and we are good. So that is awesome. So the motor is timed, good to go, new timing belt, new pulleys, all that awesome stuff. So yeah, all that's left for the RB is I need to replace the alternator belt, and got to do vacuum lines, and the boost controller. And then I want to do the oil filter relocation, because changing the oil filter way down there is going to be a nightmare once it's in the car. So relocate the oil filter, maybe get it up to here, we'll see. Most likely on this side, but I'd like to keep it back in this side and have like a catch can here as well. I'd like to keep this and that area pretty bare, not really have anything there. Except maybe probably the overflow for the radiator is probably going to be in this corner. So yeah, the RB is pretty close to getting to drop in. So that is how you time an RB. I'm pretty sure it's the same across all RBs, except I know the RB30 has 2 tensioners instead of 1. So I guess this is a little more complicated, but still not too hard, not too difficult. The KA is probably harder because of the timing chain, and it's got 2 chains in it, or technically I think it's 3 chains, because there's 2 chains over the gears, and then it goes to like a V, and then there's like another section. It's a mess is what it is. So yeah, I'm glad we got that done. So I've been meaning to do that, but I was waiting on the pulleys to show up. I guess they were on back order from Nissan, so they took a little bit longer than expected, but we got them in. It's not a big deal. So now, yeah, there's those last few things I need for the RB, then we can drop the motor in. But before we drop the motor in, we're painting the bay, and I know what color I'm gonna do. But yeah, and it's going to be crazy. It's gonna be awesome. You guys are gonna love it. I'm gonna love it. It's just gonna be, everyone's gonna love it. It's just gonna be great. Well, alright guys, I'm gonna end it here. So thank you so much for watching. Leave a like if you did. Comment down below and hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.